I have to apologize to you because I've been so busy with the Skool ads in the last time that I completely forgot to check out and comment on the Q3 Skool winners for you. So I want to make up for it. In this video, I'm going to pull them up. I'm going to share the winners with you, but I'm not going to do a boring, this person did this person did that walkthrough. I'm going to cherry pick the communities where I think we can learn a ton from them. And then I'm also going to show you how I'm deriving the learnings from it. If that sounds fair, jump in with me. Okay, so I'm in the Schoolers community and I'm navigating to the Games tab. And here I can change the time frame to Q3 to see all of the winners of the different categories. Categories are hobby, music, money, spirituality, tech, health, sports, self-improvement, and relationships. And the monthly recurring revenue amounts, they vary greatly, but they're all pretty impressive. So in the hobbies community, the highest monthly recurring revenue achieved in the Q3 games was $16,000 monthly recurring revenue, with the community teaching people Spanish. In music, the largest earner in Q3 in that category was Producer Union, a community that teaches you how to be a producer, and he was able to generate $7,284 in monthly recurring revenue growth. Now we have the money category, monthly recurring revenue growth. In those 90 days, he is at $311,000 monthly recurring revenue. Really, really super impressive. Spirituality, largest one is the Eternal Life Tribe with $50,000 monthly recurring revenue. Tech, similar, AI Automation Society plus also $50,000 monthly recurring revenue. Health, Muscle Mommy Movement was able to generate $19,787 monthly recurring revenue on Skool. In the sports category, we have Pegasus Chess Premium with $12,654 monthly recurring revenue. Then self-improvement, we have the Forbidden Knowledge Academy with $61,587 monthly recurring revenue. And then relationships, we have Matthew Thompson with the Screen Time Challenge with $10,998 in monthly recurring revenue. Pretty impressive numbers. You can see it varies through category. And I also think there's so many impressive communities in here, not just the ones that ranked one. So I'm going to pull up like really quickly what stands out to me. Learn Spanish stands out to me. Then we have a few communities that actually might be Spanish speaking. I also want to pull up this masterclass one to see what it is all about. Under music, let me pull up the producer one. And then there's one that is not about producing, but that's actually just seems to be just about learning guitar and does $5,400 monthly recurring revenue. So he does something right. I definitely want to check it out. Money. We have, this is not English speaking. So I just want to react to something in English. I think the AI 1% one is there. And I want to quickly jump to tech because all of them are also about AI. I think even this one might be about AI. Automation, YouTube automation could be about AI. I would love to just react to the English-speaking ones today. So we're going to open up all of those AI ones to hopefully show you how you can stand out also and win in a saturated niche, because saturated niche is actually exactly what we want. It just means that there's a lot of demand right now because all of these people are doing well. Look at this, 50,000 MRR, 36,000 MRR, 29,000 MRR, 27,000 MRR, all in the same category, like all AI community. There is something to it. So I want to dive with you into how to look at quote unquote saturated niches on Skool. Crossed over the spiritual one. I think what I want to look into here is the Eternal Life Tribe because it's the largest one, and then maybe also the smallest one around manifestation here. Health, I want to look into the Muscle Mommy, definitely want to understand what they do. I want to look into Body Chargers and the Face IQ Academy that does $13,270 MRR on Skool, and I really need to check it out because I have no idea what Face IQ is. And then we have sports, the Pegasus Chess. I have to check it out, like what are they doing? And let's also take the last one. Skate IQ still does $5,597 monthly recurring revenue, right? So that's still incredible, I think. Then we have the Forbidden Knowledge Academy. Definitely want to check this out. And let's also do the Nurse Spicy one. And Cosmic Creators just looks really nice to me. So I also want to check this out. In relationships, I want to check out maybe the top 3, Decode the Masculine, the next chapter with 7,600 new monthly recurring revenue, and then the family screen time challenge with 10,000 monthly recurring revenue. Okay, let's dive in. Let me explain why I pulled this one up. So clearly from the title, I was like, this is about language learning. And this is another language learning community that I see succeeding on Skool. And he actually is incredibly successful with $16,000 or in monthly recurring revenue growth, right? So when you see how it works, it's the groups with the most monthly recurring revenue growth each quarter. So he was growing by that amount. And what he does is, or what people are doing here is, they teach people how to learn a language, right? Like here, Spanish, but they have their own unique methods. I think this is really cool. What I want to do with this is, if you're somebody who can teach people how to learn a language, this might be for you, right? So I'm using this and I'm going to ChatGPT and say, how did he make learning a language a new opportunity? He turned Spanish learning into a new opportunity by reframing the problem and redefining what success means in language learning, turning it from a tedious academical pursuit into a fast identity-based transformation. He reframed the core problem. Instead of positioning Spanish learning as something difficult that takes years, he diagnosed a false assumption. Most of what we are teaching us is irrelevant for normal daily life, right? He simplified the path and gave it a name, his layers method. He made it about identity and outcome, not information. Being able to have a 10-minute real-life conversation within weeks. He productized the feeling of progress. He introduced quick wins, comfortable speaking and not slowed down by advanced grammar. I know exactly which 300 words matter. One layer of the onion at a time in order of priority. He built scarcity and community around it. He created a new category, right? So the layered method isn't competing with Duolingo textbooks. It's a new category, and category creation is something I learned this from my professor in university when I was studying marketing. You can become category king by creating a new category, and this is what he does really, really well. Now, the cool thing about all of these communities is you can use these insights to see how you can improve your own community, right? So now when I go to Skool and then /Evelyn, I can take a picture of my about page and say, how can I apply the principles to my about page? Analyze, and at the end, rewrite it. I have 1,000 characters max. I can just see how could I borrow what works really well for him, and is there something I can use to make Grow with Evelyn better? As in the about page that I can test then with ads. Okay, so use simple proof-based structure, make it about identity. This is where creators grow up. I don't teach ads. I teach how to make ads an extension of your truth. You'll master the Evelyn way. So all of this is great, right? So you want to do this for yours. Give me examples for every in-demand language out there and how to make learning it a new opportunity. Spanish shortcut connection, confidence. Old opportunity is learn French because it's beautiful. New opportunity, the Poise method, learn French to speak with elegance, confidence, and authority. So you can see you can play with this and borrow from it. So always thinking like, why does this work, right? So there's another opportunity to learn Spanish, and you can literally do that for free on YouTube, right? And 903 people are paying monthly, and his current price is $29 a month. He must be doing something right, because you can learn Spanish from YouTube. There is AI, there is classes, there is apps, and people are coming here, right? So I think that this is something that should really get your wheels going, okay? Now we have another cool one. So this is Masterclass Academy, and it teaches Fortnite. And the reason why this also stood out to me, similar to the language speaking one, is because on the previous Skool Games event where I was invited to record ads, there was another schooler who had a very successful community, teaching people Counter-Strike. And I actually want to see where he's at right now. If we can see him here on all time for hobby, Wojtek. And he teaches people how to improve in Counter-Strike. I loved to play Counter-Strike when I was younger in a different life. And he's at $11,000 a month, right? So the community's coaching people on these esports, on these games, you already have a passionate community. People are already spending a lot of time with that. People are very passionate about this. If you're good at it, it might be a really good opportunity to start a community around that. And I would go even further. What I would say is, I'd take a screenshot. Games that could work: Pocket League Mastery Hub, Valorant Academy, Minecraft Builders Guild, League of Legends, EA, FC, FIFA Club. Oh, my husband loves playing that. I think it's that. Sim racing, chess esports, communities. So, there's value in you brainstorming with AI around what other communities like this could work. Roblox, non-games world, stock trading, fantasy football. Is there something around fantasy football? Poker? Oh, poker. I wonder if we already have poker things on Skool. Poker Player Skool, 74 members at $25 a month. Incredible. Raised and Confused Poker, 40 members, $25 a month. Poker Cash, 20 members paying $1,755 a year. Wow. So ChatGPT was right again. Poker Mastermind, there literally is a Poker Mastermind. Speedrunning School, fitness and games community, music production, AI prompt battles. That would be cool. I'd join that. So common thread is a clear skill gap, a strong identity. I'm a Rocket League player. I'm a beat producer. I'm a trader. Community validation. You show progress in publicly, and infinite mastery curve. There's no real finish line. This is a really cool frame of mind for a strong hobby community. Okay, then we have the music. So this one is making $7,284 a month, and ChatGPT was thinking about it, music production league. So I think there's really value in brainstorming your Skool community idea with ChatGPT, because this is $99 a month. They have 124 members, and clearly something about this is working, right? So let's see again, right? Same process. What about this is working? Why is this working now? Give me a breakdown like this. Right? Because this was really helpful to think about it as in like rule of thumb. They also have a clear skill gap. They also have a strong identity. They also have the community validation, infinite mastery curve. Now they also have real world profit payoff, which of course makes it super attractive. But even if we look at this does not have monetary real world payoff, right? This community, you learn Spanish so you can converse. And this producer union has real world payoff where you can earn, but still this hobby one is doing $16,000 a month and this is doing $7,000 a month. $7,000 a month is great, but I want to highlight this because people always think that, oh, I have to do something where I teach people how to make money. It's not true, right? So that's why I also love to look at the games and just see the actual numbers, because it's easy to get ourselves in this limiting belief mindset that only if we teach something that will help people to make money will it be successful as a community or as a online education offer. It's just not true. But of course, if there is something where there can also be a real world payoff, that's great. This is called creator to pro proximity, direct coaching with someone, right? So I talk a lot about community value models and how once you grow your personal brand, you can go with a proximity model where the value of your community, a major part of the value of your community is just that people get more access to you. So he's at that point where he can argue that, which is great. So I love this. Really cool. Also, again, something to highlight is this is another community that's just having a proof picture without a video sales letter. Did you guys notice that? So this one here in the sports, just a proof picture, right? So if you have something where you can show visible proof like this, it's really powerful. Next up, we have Make Money, and this is the 1% in AI. And he did $57,870 in monthly recurring revenue. Let's see what we have. Imagine a place where AI agency owners hang out, help each other, and share what works. So this is basically like he is gathering AI agency owners. It almost is framed like a mastermind what you get is unlimited free high level. We pay for you so you don't have to. Oh, this is a cool thing. So high level is software, and they bundle the purchasing power around that. So basically you get, and the same with Make. Make is also a software. So basically by paying for this, you already save software fee valued at the same price. So this basically makes it a no-brainer offer. And they also do done for you agent creation that are ready to sell. And again, it's access to those creators that are pretty successful. So this makes a great like no-brainer offer. If you can buy something in bulk and then get your members a discount or even free for that, this is a brilliant idea. All right, now the AI ones, I mainly wanted to open these because when you just look over these, most people are just looking at this and it's like AI, it's all the same. But there's a lot of nuance in this. And whenever we have a crowded niche, it's really good to be in that niche because that means there's a lot of demand. And then we have all of these sub niches emerging, right? We also saw this with digital products on Etsy. The more digital products that were on Etsy, the more the demand for digital products on Etsy grew, the more niche the digital products on Etsy became, because that's just, how demand works. So it just starts to niche out. And here we have Nate, who's basically teaching people AI automation. It's an AI community, but it's an AI automation community. So I just want to take a screenshot of this, right? And I also want to take a screenshot of the overall, because all of them are doing extremely well, right? So I take a screenshot of the first community, that's 50,000 a month. Second is 36,000 a month. He's really cool. He teaches people how to make creative with AI. And for me as an advertiser, for example, this is a community I'm actively considering joining. I might actually join it because I need new creative and content all the time. It's so cool to learn from that. And you can see, yes, this is also an AI community, also teaches you how to use AI tools, but for two very different things. He might even teach you how to make some automations around getting creative, but his outcome is you're getting creatives, right? That you can use as an advertiser, as a creator, as an agency that serves creatives to clients. Nate is teaching you how to build automations. Both is AI, is completely different. It's a completely different target audience. Next one, we have AI builders. Launch your own SaaS with no code. So he's teaching you basically how to make your own AI software as a service with a monthly subscription, even if you don't know anything about code. So again, it's AI, but it's completely different from all of the other ones. And this is why all of them are doing so well. They're specialized in their niche within a high demand field. And then we have AI Profit Boardroom is the last one. This to me, Master AI Automation Sales, this is more focused, I think, on the sales side of it. And then if you're serious about AI automation, this community will set you up for success. This seems to me more focused on the actual skill acquisition. This to me seems more focused on the sales aspect of it. But you see, even though both are about automation, they're really close to each other. I actually want to show you this. Let me just go into the Skool news. They showed my dashboard for my biggest community,
which is member affiliates.
Growth Evelyn, I show it to you in a second. This is a very big community on the platform, and I matched the revenue. So it was also a community that is about AI. And when you see, this is the traffic that they're getting from YouTube, and this was the one that they got from Skool internal. And then you compare the traffic sources. This is from Skool's new analytic feature that will be rolled out soon. I can't wait for this. So here you see YouTube traffic, how much they got, 12,000 people. But then look at the conversion rate, right? And then look at the Skool traffic, 4,000. I mean, alone that they got 4,800 people just sent from Skool. Imagine this, you pay $99 a month and you get 4,800 people sent for free. It's crazy, right? And then the conversion rate here, 30% of the members are coming from Skool, 30% are coming from YouTube because the conversion rate is much higher, right? So actually, these AI communities get a lot of traffic from Skool, and it's because of this effect. It's because you want to be in more than one community. You want to learn from more than one people typically, right? So now that I've screenshotted all of this, is these communities in AI are killing it on Skool. What other niches can I bring in this area to Skool? What are 25 other Misi community ideas for this? So 25 more: AI Writing Lab, AI YouTube Studio, AI Course Creation, AI Personal Branding, AI Newsletter, AI Freelancer Hub, Copywriting, AI Operations, Data Insights, think really more about what's trending in the AI space right now. Do your research, because these are all like, I think, not deep enough. They're a little bit too superficial. I think this has been done before. Okay, so while it analyzes the AI, let's go here to the spiritual ones. So this is, take a look inside and you will find you are who you've been looking for the whole time. I love this. Waking your higher self, a divine blueprint. So this is really like very, I think, standard. It's activate your blueprint, right? Do this thing. We got the blueprint for it. Social proof. And then here's exactly what you get. I think this is really cool for an about page. Very practical. Let me just see if Samuel already has a big following. It seems like that to me. So, oh yeah, he has over 600,000 people on his Instagram, 150,000 on YouTube. Let me see if he takes the traditional school funnel, quote unquote, just having the link in bio to his school. Oh yeah, he has it in here. So this is probably just how he drives traffic. He probably also has it here. Oh yeah, here he has the school one as the first one on his Instagram. Seems like he's bigger on Instagram even than he is on YouTube. And so with this, he has been able to do a monthly recurring revenue growth, because they also factor in the churn of 50,000. It's really incredible. So he obviously has built a big audience. Now let's look at Mark, who does 6,200 monthly recurring revenue, manifest everything effortlessly, abundance prosperity coach, well versed in the law of attraction. Very cool. Law of attraction is big. He doesn't seem to have a huge following here because he didn't link his social. Let's see if we can find him. So let's Google. 130,000 subscribers. Wow. Let me see if he also uses the traditional school funnel. Yes. So again, YouTube content, link in Skool. Pretty much what they do. So really cool if you want to keep it simple. And he has 515 members at 49 a month. And here you also see like similar formula. Here's what you get inside. Join, right? So it's like pretty straightforward from the about page. Let's see what he came up with now around the AI. Agentic computer use models, agent frameworks getting stronger. So these are things that are popping out. Browser agent builders, OS level agent lab, agent PM evaluation guild, agents for sales ops, Apple Intelligence power users, Copilot PC makers. Really cool. Now what I want to do is I want to combine this with my Skool value models. I did a video about this. We can link it and see. Now combine each idea with the best value model and give me the top 5 ideas. So basically in the spiritual one, we see that there is a big focus on just the deliverables here. Let me just see if that's true for all of them. Here's what you learn. Yes, membership includes. So it's interesting that they're very tangible. Maybe that what needs to happen when you teach something that feels untangible is that your about page is very, very tangible. It's just a pattern that I see and take away here from all of the ones that are doing really well. And it might be a good way for you to think about what should my community be about, to just say, hey, I actually should create this stack. And let me show you what I mean by that. Okay, so browser agent builders, community name, and that's the benchmarking, agent automation, lives or dies by measurable output, Apple Intelligence users, knowledge creation model, the ecosystem changes weekly, members pay to avoid research trash and get working recipes. Absolutely, I think this would be a really great one. So let's say we're doing this. Now write the what you get section on the about page. For this, I attach an example. For you, it could be an easier way to say, what do I actually want to build in my community? If you get the blueprint first, I love to write the sales page, the about page first always, because then I'm like, okay, what do I actually need to build, right? And then I also ensure that I create the most marketable thing possible. What you get inside: weekly playbook drop, battle-tested shortcuts and prompt recipes with step-by-step screenshot you can copy in minutes. Private shortcut packs, pre-built automations for inbox triage, calendar cleanup, content capture, and daily planning. Compatibility track, know exactly which device iOS version each playbook supports. Privacy-first workflow, local on-device setups for journaling, speed boost kits, device deep clean. So these are really, really cool. There's so many different things of what you could do, right? And then compile all of it into the most attractive community description possible. 1,000 characters based on all the examples I gave you. So I'm just generating the about page copy, and then I literally have a blueprint. Apple Intel Playbook, the #1 Skool community for people who want their iPhone, Mac, and iPad to actually work for them. We cut for Apple's endless updates, tech clutter to bring battle-tested automations, privacy-first workflows, on-device superpowers to save you hours weekly, all without giving your data to the cloud. Inside you'll get, join the playbook to stop researching. I love this, right? And then you can be like, okay, now here's what I promised. How do I translate it? So, okay, give me a to-do list for creating all of the things I promised. And then that way you can create your own checklist, like you know what you need to do, right? You know what you need to create. Finalize the mission statement, choose a visual identity, Skool setup, create a Skool community. Phase 2, identify the themes. And I would literally go for this, and if I don't understand the point, I would be like, why are we doing this? How does it exactly work? I still don't get it. I think this is not valuable. So use it to make your own game plan of what you need to create. We have all of these tools, right? We just need to use them. You can literally reverse engineer from what's working for others. Okay, next up we have fitness. Here we have the Muscle Mommy movement. We have a total monthly recurring revenue of $19,787, and we have 398 members. What I think is really interesting about this is that it's a man helping women. And what I also think is really interesting about this is that this is a topic that is that's similar to when you look at the AI and you're like, this is so crowded. There's so much competition. Helping mommies lose weight and build muscle is like so overdone. It's so oversaturated. Still, this is working here on Skool, right? And so I think if this shows you anything, is there are certain ideas that are either in demand and that's why they're selling, or that will always be in demand because it's just this basic human thing that we want. And all we need to do is find our sub niche within that and or build a strong personal brand around it. Because what we just seen from the spiritual people is they do have built an audience on YouTube for it, and then they link back to their Skool, and with that the Skool becomes the obvious choice, right? So let's see if Mind Pump also has a YouTube channel. So I just copied it. They don't have anything linked here, so let me just Google it. Mind Pump, there you go. Cardio. Yes, and it's a very big YouTube channel. Let me see if they also do the traditional funnel with link in bio. They don't have it here. Where do they link to? Special code. Seems like they're leaving quite a bit on the table by not doing this. They're probably enrolling people from their email list or maybe their Instagram. My pump. There's something on. Muscle Mommy movement. Okay, they have a quiz funnel into their community. Let's take it. Oh no, it's directly with a free trial. Interesting. Okay, so a lot might be coming here from Instagram. Yes, Muscle Mommy. Okay. This is where it's coming from. Very cool. Very cool though, again, seeing something that's just validated. Now, the next up we have Body Chargers membership. I love that it's a doctor. Let's see if he also has a big audience or not. So how much did he make? He made $70,000 monthly recurring. Let me see the audience size here. No, he only has, but comparatively it's small. He has 5,000. Why does this work? Let me check. We see what's inside and what he teaches. I think it's also because he's a doctor too. I would be so curious to see his dashboard. Oh, it's faith-based as well. So he combines his expert status with a contrarian view. If we read this, you've been through the doctors and specialists, right? You don't want to take the pills. You have prayed. You're still sick, still tired, researching for the answers. So he has the expert status, but he's offering a contrarian positioning, which makes it a new opportunity. And he layers in his faith as well, which adds an emotional charge. And also, I think it adds trust that you are in a space where you have similar values. I've seen quite a few communities also adding their faith into the mix, and with that adding a great filter and emotional charge and trust. So I think he does a lot of things right here. Very interesting to see as well. And also really interesting to see somebody with a comparatively much smaller audience, 348,000 versus 5,000, doing a similar monthly recurring revenue number. So this is very interesting for me to see. Next up, the third one in the health, we have Face IQ. And I was really curious about this. So let's see. What is this? Why is it selling? I don't get it. What it is, Face a masculine self-optimization community that promises physical transformation, look better, grow taller, fix your face. Why it's working so well, it taps into appearance anxiety, algorithmic validation, rise of TikTok, dating apps, AI-driven beauty filters create a generation obsessed with how they score. Oh, is this look max? Is this looks maxing? I think I've heard that before. Yes, it's absolutely about look maxing. What Face IQ is doing. It suffers promise control, it uses proof, it builds belonging. I really like this formula that we had here. What's the success blueprint of this community? A solvable visible skill, strong identity hook. I'm a face guy, find it for this community I shared with you specifically. Clear skill gap, improve your looks, improve your life. Strong identity, I'm optimizing my face. This community makes 13K monthly recurring revenue on Skool. What is it doing right? Give me the 5 underlying principles. It sells tangible, visible transformation, not just knowledge. Yes. People aren't buying education, they're buying a visible before-after result. I can see how it's doing that really well. It increases tribal identity around self-improvement. The offer isn't just a course, it's a movement of young men. Yes, the movement is so important. So it's the tangible, visible transformation. It's the movement. Positions itself as an alternative to mainstream solutions. It's contrarian. Again, we have the contrarian in there. The contrarian always makes things a new opportunity as well, which is why I believe it works so well. It offers instant credibility through social proof and structure. Another community that has a lot of social proof, right away. It anchors low risk, high identity price point. $29 a month is negligible. Yes, it's very accessible. I think it's a right fit from the price point for the age and for the audience. So this is really cool. But I think the biggest ones for me is the visible transformation, right? Making it visible. It's the third community where we have a direct, visible result. The producer ones, all of the pictures, the chess one with the results, now this one with the strong before and after. Then that it's a tribe, it's a movement. And also the alternative, it's a new solution because it does something differently. It does something contrarian to what we've been doing for now. So I think these are really helpful things to keep in mind. The skate IQ is really amazing. Trying to get all access, go from struggling to tricks. This is another just boom, here's what you get. It's kept really simple. And I really love this. There's so many sub niches on Skool where I think they're just completely people just haven't unlocked them. For example, this one. This one is also working. What are more one-word hobby communities like this with big global audiences that would work super well on Skool? Give me a list of 150 communities, right? Because sometimes poker, chess, skating, it's when you can describe it with one word and people just get it, it's probably a good idea. Kinesthetic. I just joined and paid for one. Look at this. Kinesthetics for longevity. So obviously there's a market for it. Powerlifting, bodybuilding, CrossFit, yoga, Pilates, mobility, running, marathon, sprinting, parkour, climbing, surfing, taekwondo, jiu-jitsu. I have the discipline equals freedom from Jocko Willink standing over there. So jiu-jitsu, let's go. Right, so I think there's just so many of those. And then going into it, if you're oh, but there is a lot of marketing communities, go through the top earning marketing communities and be do the same as I did with the AI communities and just find that niche within. It's a good thing if they're already there, and it's also a good thing if they're not already there. All right, then we have the self-improvement. This gentleman seems to have also a very big audience, and I know because Sam mentioned on Skool News, and if you at all try to grow on Skool and you're not watching every single Skool News episode, why? There's so much insight, right? So Skool News, I would like you to subscribe. I would like you to watch every single episode. They're always dropping something to learn, and they're always giving you like really cool background information. So for example, the skateboard community I just closed, Tony Hawk actually spoke in that skateboard community, which is really cool. And then this one, Billy Carlson, I know he was on Joe Rogan. From the Skool News is where I know this from. And then some people don't have their YouTube linked, but I think whenever you're looking into a community, it's just worth putting the name on YouTube because most use YouTube as their main traffic source, right? And here you can see he has 1.19 million YouTube subscribers. He is, of course, he added a high monthly recurring revenue with 61,000, but he also has a massive audience. So really cool to see also somebody who has this type of success track record, 5-time best-selling author, founder of Forbidden Knowledge TV, multimillionaire entrepreneur, launching one of the world's biggest conscious media platforms. I've built multiple 7- and 8-figure businesses. It's really amazing to have, see people that have this level of brand coming to Skool. I think there's, it's great to see that this is their choice, and I love that they bring their audiences. Neurospicy community, it was also here in self-improvement, and this one, I think there's still a lot of room for this. I think it's similar to what's happening with the looks maxing. There is big micro communities, big sub-communities around certain topic emerging on social media. ADHD has been huge and still keeps growing. And to offer community around it and finding niches within that, just like you do with the AI, I think is a really great opportunity. And also to see, how they're doing things. Let me see if Sebastian has a big audience. So I don't see anything linked. Now let me look him up on YouTube. He already has the crown emoji, so very cool. Let's see if he has a big YouTube channel. It doesn't seem like this. Let's see if he has a big Instagram. On Instagram. That's him, I think. That looks like him. Maybe he has a bigger TikTok at Better Soul. He does have his audience on TikTok. Very cool. Although it's not a main traffic source for Skool, it's good to see TikTokers also monetizing while on Skool, because with TikTok we always have like a little bit of a monetization problem, right? So I've met a lot of TikTokers along the years that had these sizes of followers, like they really would get a lot of traction, but they were not able to translate that into monetization. So I think it's really great to see that working on Skool as well. And it seems to be his main strategy, and that got him to this place, because I don't see anything else coming through. I love the niche. I think it makes sense. I also see how it makes sense to have that on TikTok. Beautiful community. And again, we also have like the structure of what you get. So using that as your blueprint for what to create, I think makes a ton of sense. Last but not least, relationships. Let's go into Decode the Masculine first. So I think this is really interesting. 80 people, and the price is $111 a month. They make $6,000 monthly recurring revenue, helping women to attract men. And this is the second dating community where I see the opposite sex helping the opposite sex with dating. Because Dating with Gracie also was a Skool Game winner, and she helps men, figure out the relationship. So why is this so attractive? Why is this so attractive? I think the core mechanism is like that you can peek into the other side, like the man as the mystery, and you have somebody who explains it to you. It's psychologically magnetic. It's doing something far deeper than selling coaching for men. Nervous system safety, romantic. It's also deep, taboo pain, not just surface. It positions the guides as embodied archetypes, not coaches. They aren't introduced as relationship coaches. They're portrayed as embodied of the masculine ideal. That's interesting. So it's root pain redeemed, names the shame, can't attract the man, and redeems it, it's not your fault. Archetypal authorities, it sells presence, not teaching. Science meets myth, nervous system plus masculine feminine language. Identity integration, be the kind of woman who attracts love. Intimate luxury, small groups, high access, safe space. I think there's something about the men being the providers of this space. Why does that work? It resolves a core polarity tension. I agree with that. It signals rare integrity. No, I think it's having access to the other side. Like if a narcissist would offer a community for women who've been in such a relationship, it's being able to be in their heads. I think it's about that. I think when you are the thing that people don't understand, that naturally puts you in the position that people want to know how you think about these things. Gives cognitive closure. It's simpler than that, man. Come on. Now it will say you're right because it always says you're right. Totally, you're right. It's men teaching women about men. That it's in general attractive if I want to understand how someone is thinking that I am not. It's the perspective. Yeah, it's exactly. It's the inside, the killer, etc. Because there's also like a mafia thing on Skool. It's like a former mafia boss. It's like, oh, I want to understand how they think. I think it has something to do with this. I think this is a equal dynamic, right? I think that it's much more about like access to somebody's like really unique perspective. It's the other side, exactly. It's access to the other side without the power imbalance. What other communities can offer this? Who is uniquely positioned to create something like this? Ex-insiders turned translators. Yeah, there's this guy who's going around on all the podcasts. He has been in a special force, and now he goes around and he's like, this is how we think as, I think he was a spy, so this is how a spy thinks. There's also the negotiator, Chris Voss, I think he's called. Ex-addicts, 100%. People who have been in prison. There is even a community for people who help women that have been in prison. Or they have men in prison, I think. Jail Support Sisterhood, a safe space for women supporting a loved one in jail, right? So there's 129 members, $9 a month. I think when you have this like unique perspective, or pro athletes, then it's really cool. Ex-military special forces, ex-law enforcement or FBI agent, ex-cons. There's this Matthew Cox guy. He's built like an empire of the fact that he, or not an empire, but he's quite successful of the fact that he used to con people. And now he has this podcast. Or gang members, ex-addicts, recovery coaches, ex-cult members, ex-corporate executives, ex-pro athletes, right? So if you have like that background that you might think, oh, I need to hide it, it might be the answer. So I think this is a really interesting dynamic, and I've seen it the second time in dating specifically, and I've seen it also across other areas. So I think it's a good way to think about how to create a business that is very uniquely tied to what you've experienced. The next chapter one is also great. So if we're thinking along these lines, so why does this work? These ladies make $7,600 monthly recurring revenue on Skool. They are a membership that is exclusively for women. So here's females that support other females, designed to support them as they heal and thrive after divorce. It's access to the other side of divorce, the life after. It offers safety through authority, not control. It turns collective pain into shared identity. It gives access to how the other side thinks without contact. It reframes the chaos. Now I would need to start a new chat for it to really tickle out what this is all about. So I think this is more about not wanting to experience the other side, but this is at high stakes phases of someone's life. Think about 25 other high stakes phases in someone's life where I could create community around them. Cancer diagnosis recovery, major surgery or injury, chronic illness, sobriety recovery, postpartum, separation, becoming a single parent, widowhood, remarriage, coming out. I think what's challenging is when it's things that are like a short time period, like pregnancy and right after. But if you have like a YouTube channel around it, I think it can still work. Graduation, empty nesting, retirement, job loss, layoff, career pivot, bankruptcy, sudden wealth, losing a parent, facing a terminal diagnosis, leaving a high-controlled religion or ideology, post-trauma. Obviously, you have to be qualified to help in these high-stakes situations, like these ladies are very qualified, right? But if you are, a community might be a really good idea around that. Last but not least, I want to end this with the family screen time challenge. He does $10,998 monthly recurring revenue, and he has shared this beautiful post in the community that I want to share. Skool changed my life. I signed up for Skool on the 18th of January 2024 after seeing Alex Ramosi put on the head. As I joined, I watched the video explaining the Skool games and was immediately hooked. Now, almost 2 years later, I'm honored to have built a community around a cause I'm deeply passionate about, found my people and made lifelong friends, all because of a 14-day trial I've stumbled upon online. Why should you consider playing the Skool games this quarter? It makes building a business feel like playing a video game. It gives you a 90-day quest to pursue your goals. You get to do it with a community of like-minded people. It doesn't matter if you don't feel ready. 90 days ago, we had no idea that our little idea would turn into a driving 1% community, generate $10,000 monthly recurring revenue, win the Skool games. We didn't have an audience, we didn't post any content, we didn't run any ads, but Skool made it all possible. The final Skool games of the year begin at the 1st of October, but they really begin every quarter. It's a chance for you to get some new goals like making your first dollar online, getting 100 new members, placing in the top 20 of your category, or straight up winning. You've got the tools, Skool. You've got the training, the classroom. You've got the support, this community. Why not give it a go? I think I want to end this video on this. It's like, why not give it a go? You see so many diverse people succeeding with so many amazing communities. Now all you have to do is really get started and do the work. If you want to know how I made my first 1,000 without an audience on Skool as an experiment, we're gonna link that here. And other than that, I hope to see you in another video. Bye for now.